There's a thread that passes through all the readings for today, and this thread gives us some kind of picture of what a certain sin can do to us if we allow it to infect our soul. And I believe that is jealousy. And the second reading says it explicitly. We covet these things that we don't have any right to have, and our desire leads us astray. That even in the gospel today, what are they discussing on the way? Who is greatest? They're not discussing whether John the Baptizer was greater than Elijah or whether Mary was greater than Martha. They're discussing which one of them is the greatest out of all of them. It's this jealousy. We hear in the first reading even, the wicked ones are saying, how can we trip him up? How can we lead him astray? Because everybody's looking at him. Everybody sees his example. It's this jealousy that is really drawing them out. And this jealousy really boils down to a desire to have something that we don't have. Something that someone else has, perhaps. Or maybe to have a lifestyle they have, or the gifts that they have. And what it boils down to is ingratitude. The Lord created us perfectly for his purpose. And we all come into this world naked and alone. So anything we have is gift. And yet we still say, I want what they have. A while ago, I was cleaning up this shed. And I cleaned it on the inside and the outside. I even scrubbed the outside with a brush and a bucket. And when I finished, I thought, oh my gosh, it looks like a new shed. And it wasn't a few days past, and some spiders began to move in. And then some wood roaches came in. And then some walking sticks. And before you know it, it's eventually going to get dirty again. That's why I don't clean. It's going to get dirty again. Why should you clean? I think dirt actually protects things to some extent. But really, you want to clean. Even though it's going to get dirty again, we got to keep things tidy, especially in those places we don't always see. I remember with regret that when I was little, my father used to wake us up in the wee hours of the morning on Saturday to clean the entire house. There was no sleeping in till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I remember he was so stressed about the baseboards and about the corners, things that people don't really see and you don't really think about. And yet after we finished cleaning this house, those of us who didn't go back to bed, we really felt better. Like it felt like a place that we wanted to live in. There was a certain amount of pride there. And we could actually see what we've done. That's why I like a shop vac. A shop vac sucks up nails and concrete and everything. You can actually see it sucking up the dirt. It makes a difference. And maybe that's sort of why we like to clean. We can actually see, well, I did something. Or perhaps I undid something that spilled or crept in. And that's how jealousy works. You see, it creeps in over the years. It starts out with the little things. We covet things that we see every single day. And very slowly it can go more into not just a jealousy, but a jealous rage. That it becomes such a source of ingratitude that it can really rot us from the inside out. And so the solution, or the antidote, or the medicine for this jealousy, the way that we can clean this out, and periodically should, is gratitude. It's not to say, I wish I had what they have, but I'm thankful I have what they do not. Or to say, I wish I had the lifestyle they had. It's to say, thank God I have the life that I have. Thank God he gave me another chance. Thank God he found me worthy even to be brought into the world. And so there's a little homework that I'd like to offer tonight. I sometimes offer this as a penance. And I have here a little rosary. Now my penance for you is not to pray the rosary, oh that's a good thing and I hope you do it, but to take this rosary and begin to clean out the shed. Begin to really get those corners and baseboards, and this is how we do it. On each bead of this rosary, I think about something for which I am grateful. And that one bead, thank you, Lord, for this. And then I move to the next bead. Thank you, Lord, for this. And then the next beat until I'm the whole way around. And I think you'd be awfully surprised how fast we get around this rosary. And we can start out, thank you, Lord, for the gift of my life. Thank you for my first breath this morning that I could not give to myself, nor could anyone else here, that you give me another chance to live my life. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the gift of the Eucharist. Thank you for the gift of this sacrifice of the Mass. And if we do this, I guarantee you what will begin to happen is this jealous haze that filled our house will begin to evaporate because of the great light of gratitude.